Hello, so resize this wig with me. This client sent in this wig and it was already too small for her, maybe by just 1 inch. So I decided to expand it. So all you need to do is find out where the wig is, if it's not going back or how small it is. For her, it was just 1 inch, so I didn't have to do it in the exact center. But if you know that the wig is quite small and you need to take about 3 inches or more off, please draw this line that I'm drawing now in the exact center of your wig. That's about 2 tracks upwards. But because it was just the back of her head, I wasn't reaching down, I did it, 1/3 of the wig, if that makes any sense. Exactly where I put the X, please do not cut that part. I just drew this line just so that I could have a guideline of where I want to cut. And then I use my scissors. If you also look closely, you will notice that I'm not cutting the hair, I'm just cutting the cap. The hair is not getting into the scissors. That's very important so you don't waste hair. So I'm just going to open that space up until I get to where the X is. Where the X is, we won't be cutting it. That's why I put the X there, so you don't cut it by accident, okay? And once you do that, you notice that the cap is already stretching and it's already expanding. And because this person wanted about 1.5 to 2 inches of length added, I knew that I didn't need to do it in the center of the head. But if you wanted to add more, the center is the best. Now, this method is only best for minimum of 1 to 3 inches. Don't do this if you're trying to expand the wig by about 5 inches. You'll be wasting your time. The wig won't fit. It will have bumps. Okay, so you see that I've checked to see that I can get my 1.5 inches. So I'm just going to take off the wig from the mannequin head and use a mesh dome cap. I placed my mesh dome cap on the mannequin and just secured it with pins so that it stays in place. And then I'm going to now transfer my wig onto it. But you want to make sure your cap is stretched out properly and is sitting properly before you wear your wig, okay? Now I'm just going to wear the wig on it, and you still have to secure your wigs with T-pins. This is so that your wig is not shifting back and defeating the purpose of what we're trying to do. You can see that it was even a struggle to come in. That's how small the wig was for her. So what I did was I just tried to stretch it a bit without tearing. And you notice I wasn't pulling the closure, I was pulling the tracks at the back on the sides. Then once I got that in, I placed it properly, then I secured it with T-pins. Okay, so once you get your cap to the hairline where it's that the new cap is starting from, secure with T-pins. Now I separated the hair, the parts that are going upwards, so I could see where exactly I needed to work on. And as you can see, that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to pack that away so I can see. And then what you now do next is stretch the bottom cap. Not too much, just enough to give you the extra 2 inches that you will be needing for the expansion. So once you get that, secure with T-pins again so that it doesn't shift back up, okay? This track there, I think I eventually took it out just so I could see what I was doing or something. I don't know what I did, but you can see that I've gotten my 1.5 to 2 inches space. You can even use a tape rule to check it, to measure. Now I'm going to be sewing round where you saw my hand going, right? This video, I didn't get the full video, I didn't get the end result of it, but I'm sure that this will be self-explanatory enough for you. Don't worry. And if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do so. I drop wig making hacks for wig makers every now and then on this page, so you'll be learning a thing or two that nobody else is teaching you. This is 12 years of experience I'm teaching you for free. If you also want to get a detailed learning experience, please follow us on Instagram or TikTok at haircentric_academy. We have professional diplomas for beginners in wig making, professionals, and upgrade courses. We also have online courses that you can take from anywhere in the world, okay? So now that I've secured it with the pin, I am just going to start sewing it down with my hand. And if you use a machine to wig, you still have to sew it with your hand. Then you can now run over with the machine, which is what I did here off the camera. But right here on the camera, I sewed with my hand first. You can also sew with your hand and leave it like that, to be honest. But I just, the wig was made with the machine, so I might as well just finish it up properly and neatly, okay? So we're just going to sew around. If you haven't hit the subscribe button, please do so that I don't get tired of giving you guys gems like this, because these are hacks that I've just been able to figure out over time. And yes, some of them are already, online, but I think I give very detailed explanations that are beginner friendly because I'm a coach. Okay, so subscribe. Thank you. Then once you just sew this round, I didn't, so for me, I didn't do tiny stitches because I knew I was going to run the machine over. But if you're not running the machine over, you might as well make your stitches slightly smaller so that it's neater and it just looks really good. So I took out the T-pin here just so I could, sew that place where the band was. And you see that I was extending it a bit so that it won't, be too, it won't give a pullback on that side of the cap. So I sewed it all the way round. Now for this service, usually there's a fee for it. It's never the price of a brand new, wig or a new wig making service. But it's equally as tough because it's a process. So I usually charge about maybe one third or half the price, to be honest, of an actual wig service, because this also in itself is a lot of work. It looks simple right now, but wait till you're trying it and you don't get the structure very right. That's when it gets complicated. But yeah, Hair Centric got you. So follow us on YouTube so you can always see the tutorials. And to everyone who's been dropping comments and liking and supporting in one way or the other, I see you and I love you and I appreciate you. Because of you, I'm dropping this video. So thank you. So yeah, once you're done with that, you just cut your thread and you see that 2 inches just perfectly there. You can take your chalk and draw your line. If you have any tracks, you can replace it there. What I usually do is take a track from one place and just divide it into two rather than doubling it and just place one there. Okay, so what I just did was draw the line where I was going to fill in a track. Please never leave it like this. So I would take a track from up and separate it into two and then put them as single tracks on the place where I took it off from and this new line. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.